Welcome to Living with Us. I'm your host, Sharon Mundia, and we are at the beautiful Park Inn by Radisson. I've got a special lady with me today. Her name is Crystal Asige. You may have come across her videos on YouTube. She has the channel Blind Gal Manenos. She's also a singer and songwriter, and she's the VIP ambassador. That's Visually Impaired Persons Ambassador. Welcome.
Thank you.
You are such a queen. Look at you.
Girl, coming from you, I'm like, shoot, thanks.
No. I was checking out your YouTube channel, and the very first video had me laughing so hard that I thought, oh, is it okay? Can I just laugh? Because you were just making fun and like being really honest about, her first video was about the perks of being a blind person, and you just had me on the floor laughing.
Thanks.
And I was like, oh, I don't know if it's inappropriate, but she's cracking the joke. Yeah, and it's true.
It's okay.
Yeah. So tell me about your journey, Crystal. At which point did you realize that you may have had an issue, or there might be an issue with your eyesight?
So I first started noticing it in high school.
Okay.
When I was in high school, it wasn't something that was up front in my face. It was very gradual, more like, oh, when I go out to play football, I can't really see, that far away, or when I have to read my scripts in theater class, I need to bring the script a bit closer to my face, things like that. Yeah. And so it wasn't anything that that alarmed me, basically, because I thought my dad wears glasses, my mom wears glasses, maybe I'm just short-sighted, I just need to go to the optician, which I did eventually. And the optician in Mombasa, where I'm from, where I live, just told me, yeah, just here, throw on some glasses, you'll be fine, which I was for a while. Okay. But it's only when I went to university in the UK, when I went just for another normal checkup with my optician there, and he said to me, right, Crystal, you need to stop everything that you're doing today. Wow. It was a Saturday. Go straight to the eye hospital and get some tests done, because there's something wrong. So from high school throughout, you felt like glasses was doing it for you and it was helping, or was there ever a moment where you thought, why is it getting progressively worse? Or yeah, I mean, that at the beginning it was just a simple quick fix, right? Just throw on some glasses just to read, and then after that I'm fine walking around. But as every year went by, 15, 16, 17, it became less and less, the sight, and that's when I took myself to an optician in Mombasa, and I just said, okay, this is not right. But he didn't see anything, because the thing is, opticians are not ophthalmologists. Opticians deal with the front of the eye, and ophthalmologists deal with the back of the eye. And so opticians wouldn't be able to know what's going on at the back, and that's why we kind of missed it. But then the one in the UK where you studied noticed it and tells you you've got to go see an ophthalmologist right away. Exactly. What were you thinking at that point? Well, I was obviously a little bit spooked by it because of the way he said it to me. But I just thought, hey, let me just see what it is. It can't be that crazy. Because blindness was not on my mind at all at that time. I just thought maybe it's just like a laser surgery, those quick things that you can do. Right. So when I got the test done after a couple of months, and they gave me the formal diagnosis of glaucoma. What is glaucoma? So glaucoma is a degenerative disease. It means that there's too much pressure in the back of your eye next to your retina, and the retina is where it sends signals of what you're seeing back to the brain. That's what the retina does. This is the cable that goes back to your brain and says, okay, you're seeing Sharon right now, you're seeing lights here, and the more pressure there is, the more it eats away at the retina, and so less light comes into your eye. Think of it like when you take a camera, the better the lighting, the clearer the image, right? The darker the lighting, the foggier. So so mine is like dark lighting, so it's a foggy picture that I see. Okay. Yeah. From my research, it seems like it affects people who are at a certain age. Like I think it was about when you're about 30, is it, that you should start being checked? Is that correct? Or well, if glaucoma is in your family history at all, you should do it all the time, once a year minimum. Right. So from as early as how old? Like if I have children in the future, I will basically be taking them from the age of 1, basically, to be checked. But glaucoma can sort of strike at any time. It's called the secret thief of sight, because there's no symptoms, there's no redness, no pain, no irritation at all. It's just, like I said, gradually every year you just think, oh, I can't really see through my side mirror when you're driving. And it's not really alarming, like I say. So that's why it's called a secret thief of sight, because it just comes out of nowhere. Right. Okay. So you then are diagnosed with glaucoma. What were your thoughts, or what was the next step you took at this point? Well, first thing I had to call my parents because they were back in Mombasa because I was in England, right? And try to explain to them in a calm way as possible so that they don't feel like, oh my goodness, my daughter is, sick, what do we do? But to be honest with you, I just carried on my life as much as I could in uni. I tried to ignore it because I don't think I really registered the fact that I was going blind. The doctor did tell me there is no cure, Crystal. Eventually you'll see you'll getting tunnel vision gradually and eventually you'll lose your sight. But to me, I was just like, what does that mean? It's like, it doesn't
Did he
really
give you a time frame?
He said by 2013 I would be completely blind. So I beat that by a few years. Okay. But I didn't really think about it too much. I just carried on my life. In fact, I think I leaned more into having fun because I just thought, okay, well, if that's what they say, then might as well have fun, right? Just, go all out, YOLO type of thing. Which wasn't particularly good for my spirit, but it distracted me.
Okay. Yeah. So when were you legally diagnosed as visually impaired?
It was 2010. 2010. That's when I got formally I registered myself as severely or partially sighted in the UK. But I didn't have to use my white cane until 2017. That was last year.
Your white cane. Speaking of which, International White Cane Day takes place each October 15th, and the day is observed worldwide to recognize the movement of blind people from dependency to full participation in society. So what was that orientation like? Because you did that in the UK, right?
Yes.
What was that like?
So what they do is, as soon as you register yourself, they give you different options. You can get counseling if you need, because you need to sort of adjust to the whole process
your new reality.
Your new reality, your new normal. And then they also offer you O&M training, orientation mobility. And what that means is that someone comes to your house, a trainer, and first of all, they measure your cane according to your height, because everyone has a different cane according to their height. It has to be like at your sternum. And then you choose the weight and the type, depending on how flexible you want it to be, etc. Then they walk you through your normal routes. Say you work, and wherever you work, they'll kind of walk you through that route. You'll take a few weeks to do it. They'll take you to your favorite cafes or your supermarket or where your kids go to school, whatever it is that you usually do, they frequent. They want to make sure that you get, okay, there's 20 steps here, then I'll turn left here, and there'll be a curb there, and then there'll be a tree, so I'm gonna duck that leaf, whatever it is. So literally you have to memorize your normal routes. That's what O&M training is. Also inside your house, they show you how to hoover now, how to do your dishes, how to wash your clothes, how to clean your windows, and everything basically.
So at the time, you said it was in 2010. Were you living alone?
I was living with a housemate. So that was, I just finished uni at that time, so I was living with a housemate, and then, because that's when I started to look for a job, which I tarmacked for a little while, but got a job, and my housemate, living their own life as well. They don't want to really burden somebody with my problems, but she was also there for me and sort of, helping me out whenever I needed.
Okay, and still in the UK?
Yes, I was in the UK.
So how did you make peace with your new reality? Because I can only imagine it must have been quite a shift having to, learn all these things, rely on your memory and your other senses. How did you come to terms with that? Were there certain things you did?
I don't know if I really came to terms with it until maybe 2013, 14. So it was difficult because I definitely went through a dark period. Depression was prominent at that time because I wasn't accepting it. I was just like, right, all I need is a surgery. I just need, a pill. I need a herb. I need something. I don't know what it is, but I'll be fine. But it's the time when I had to go through my acceptance stage. It's when I fell into a deep depression, and I actually had to come back home for a few months because I couldn't live out in the UK just sort of alone. I had to come back home, and I stayed with my parents, and so they sort of helped me back to who I am today. But apart from that, praying a lot, meditating a lot, finding mantras to keep speaking to myself. And
what sort of mantras?
So mine is, the first one that I always use is by faith, not by sight. That's one of my favorite verses, and it has become my new normal. I really understand that Bible verse way more now that I'm visually impaired than ever before. And also, you know, I believe that it's helped me understand a lot of things about life and about myself and about the human condition, which I would never have understood before with my eyesight. Things about, you know, physical, material, spiritual, you know, what you can't see is, you know, more important than what you can see, you know, those kinds of things. And it becomes much more realistic to me now in my state now.
Okay. What was the most difficult part about all of this for you?
There's so many, but I mean, it's like if you can imagine losing someone that you really love, and being told that in every single year, you know, that it's getting closer to them leaving you or them passing away or something, and you just have to wait for that moment to come. So every day you're just like, oh my gosh, this will be the last time that, you know, I see this with, you know, this is the last time I'll be able to see my own hand, or like I've not seen my own face in the mirror for years. I haven't read a book for years, and I had to sort of, those are the things that happened. It was coming towards me, you know, so I couldn't stop it, and it's like mourning a loss of somebody. It's basically like that. So that was pretty difficult.
That's really put it into perspective, explaining it like that. And what was the most surprising part, and maybe even pleasantly surprising part about the situation for you and being a VIP?
Surprising part is every time that I get to meet someone or go somewhere or do something that I would have imagined doing, because my visual impairment sort of opens different types of avenues, or it takes me on a different kind of journey. So people want to know more about it. People call me for public speaking or for gigs and stuff like that, and that's the kind of thing. I've met so many like amazing, I mean, I'm sitting in front of Sharon Mundia, you know, so, which I never would have ever dreamed of. So things like that, those are the really amazing things about it.
Wow. Okay, so let's go back into your journey for a bit. I digressed right there, I guess I just digressed, but at what point did you then move to Kenya? Because I know you just talked about like you would sometimes come visit for a couple of months, but at what point did you move to Kenya?
So I moved back in 2013.
Okay, and what was your life like then, and what were you doing?
I was living back with my parents in Mombasa, and I was looking for a job basically because I just had left the BBC in the UK where I was employed. And so I was like, okay, cool. I've got my, you know, my CV is, you know, heavy,
intact.
You know,
What were you doing at the BBC?
I was in production management.
Wow.
So behind the scenes, behind the cameras, you know, scheduling stuff, getting talent like yourself on set, on time. Basically, So I was in management.
Right. So then you come back to Kenya, and then what was the job hunting process like?
It was terrible, to be honest. People didn't believe in me at all. People the media houses that I went to, the radio stations that I went to, they were kind of like, your CV looks good. When I walk in, and they're like, oh, okay. So it's, you know, they're totally gobsmacked, basically. So that was a challenge for me because people had their own perceptions, and they still do, about what I can and cannot do according to them, and what they think is a challenge for me. So getting used to that was quite difficult, because in the UK people are way more accommodating and they know more. There's more exposure to different kinds of abilities. And so people don't really say like, oh, you know, you want to be a producer still, but you can't see. And it's like, well, there are other ways you can do it, you know, different tools, different systems, or, you know, assistive softwares and stuff.
And it's just understanding that it's a different ability, and that there's other things that you're strong at, and you can still are able to do. It's not just full on disability. We have to take a quick break. When we come back, Crystal is going to welcome me into her world and challenge me to see if I can do the most mundane things with her. So you don't want to miss that. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. I've got Crystal Asige, who you may have seen on YouTube. She's got the channel Blind Girl Manenos, and she's done an incredible job of trying to demystify a lot around being a visually impaired person, VIP. Now, Crystal has a challenge for me, and I don't even really know what it is, and I'm just going to warn you real quick that I'm very competitive.
Good. You've met your match, girl.
No, I'm like really, to you guys, you might just be like, gosh, Sharon, just calm down, okay? Let a girl win. But let's see. So what do you have for me?
So I actually want to do this because there's in one way we can talk about visual impairment, but the other better and more fun way is to actually put you through some challenges as a visually impaired person.
Okay.
So if you don't mind putting on a blindfold that I brought with me.
Okay, we can do that.
Yes. Here we go.
That's a really cute blindfold.
Thanks. I just made them myself. Oh,
oh, did you really make it?
Yeah, well, I designed them myself.
Wow, look at you. Okay, so
and don't cheat, huh?
Oh gosh.
Don't cheat.
Okay. So now I guess my producer will have to guide this next part.
Yes.
And you as well. Okay. So blindfold on, and I promise you I can't see a thing.
Okay. So we'll bring on the stuff as they bring it on and put it over here where I'm pointing. Your crew. Let's do some easy one. Let me just ease you into it, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to try and say hey in different ways. You try to guess through my tone if I'm smiling or I'm angry, like what expression I'm making. Because that's something that I have to always do because I can't see. I need to sort of figure out someone's mood by their voice. Wow. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hey.
I think you're not being nice. Also, I think you might be creepy.
Okay.
The way you said it would just make me feel like, I'm not really sure.
Almost. I was doing angry.
Oh, angry.
Okay. So
okay. So I'm
close.
Okay, close. Okay.
Okay. Hey.
Oh, you're trying to pick me up.
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm. Again?
But you said hey. Oh, do it again.
Hey.
Oh, are you like?
Yes. Well
Hey.
done.
Okay. Okay.
That's the second one. Third one. Hey.
I think that's nice. You're lovely.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. Hey.
Oh, you're bored. You're not interested in me.
Yes. Well done.
Yeah.
Okay. How was that?
I guess you have to really pay attention to people's energies and tones and just trusting your other senses because now you don't have the facial cues to be like, oh, fine, you don't want to talk to me, then don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, second challenge.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
This we have to move. You have to stand up
Okay.
and then move shimmy on to your right. And then I'll do the same to my left.
Okay.
Try and feel the table.
Yes, I've got the table.
And then go onto your side. Yeah. So there's a glass of water, a glass and a bottle of water in front of you.
Okay.
So what the challenge is both of us, the quickest person to do it, open the water and pour it into the glass.
Okay.
All right?
Wait, so does yours have a plastic thing on it?
It does, yeah.
It does. Okay, so mine doesn't, so maybe you
Okay,
take yours
let
off.
me take mine off. See, she's already cheating.
I didn't
How did you do that? The world of TV.
Oh my goodness. I was like, yeah, boom, hey, I need to win.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, are you ready?
Oh gosh. Oh no, I'm really
Remember,
panicking.
no
Yeah.
spilling. If
No
you spill
spilling.
anywhere, then
I've lost.
I automatically.
And if you too,
Oh, yeah.
Crystal,
Okay.
spill anywhere, I win. Okay.
All right, ready?
Yes.
Okay, and go.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god, did I spill? I probably spilled, didn't I?
Try to bring it to the top as much as possible, not like halfway.
Okay, I
A
think
proper
I've done
glass
it.
of water.
Oh god, did I spill?
No.
Oh
'cause-
crap, I think I spilled. Ugh.
Boom!
Did you spill?
I don't know. Oh no, I didn't. I can't
Oh,
feel anything.
I definitely can feel water on this side. Ah, man.
Okay, open your blindfold for a second and see.
Okay.
Tell us.
Oh yeah, no, I spilled. but I think my water is higher than yours.
But you spilled,
I
though.
know, I spilled. Look at me trying to still.
Trying to find a loophole.
Technically, I feel like I won because okay.
No,
So
no, no.
blindfold back on.
Blindfold back on. Okay, so that's that.
Wow.
That's one of the challenges I have to face when I have to pour myself a drink at home, in a restaurant,
Yeah.
when I visit a friend. You know, those are small things, but
That
they
you
become
have to
really
be
big.
conscious
Mhm.
of. Wow.
So we can come back to the chair.
Okay. Ooh.
So feel your way back to your
I
seat.
think I'll have a sip of water actually. Okay. Are you already sitting?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. There we
Okay.
go.
So the next challenge, I'm
Yeah.
going to give you something in your hand.
Oh, are you stretching out?
No,
Or-
not yet.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Then you'll have to tell me what it is,
Okay.
and then try to be specific about what it is as well.
But no animals or anything.
No,
No
no,
insects or stuff. Okay.
no insect.
You'll tell me when to stretch out my hand?
I will, yeah. Imagine when we meet for the first time.
Yeah.
You know, I just meet you in the middle of the street. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Sharon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, Sharon, my name is Crystal. What do you do?
Hi.
Hi, my name is Crystal.
Oh, you're stretching out your hand, aren't you?
Ah, you see?
Hi.
That's another really simple thing that people
Yeah.
take for granted.
Right.
Right, so here we go. Stretch out your hand.
Oh, money.
Okay, now try and
Money.
decipher.
Wait, is this money though? Is money?
Try and decipher what that is.
Oh, this isn't money. This smells too nice. Or is it? Oh. Oh.
What do you think it is?
This one's scented. Does that make sense?
Scented? Yeah, it makes sense.
The first one. Okay. Oh, I was going to ask you, do you know what it is? Obviously, it came out of your pocket. I don't think all of this is money. Is it?
It is all money.
What?
Yeah.
This is some nice. This money.
Some Crystal's back pocket.
Okay.
So now that we know it's money, try and tell me what
What's
note is
what?
what. Try. Yeah.
What?
Another really big challenge for people with visual impairment.
So now is when I've actually realized that they're different sizes. But also, you know what I'm finding so frustrating? That it's not crisp and clean. So I'm trying, so I
Yeah.
wish I could just very quickly be able to be like, well, this is longer. This is, I'm going to assume that the longest note is the highest denomination. So I'm going to say like this is maybe like 1,000. This better be money, Crystal, and you're not just like
It's money.
okay. I'm not here like this is 1,000 and it's like a piece of paper that you cut off. Oh, what if it's Monopoly money?
No, it's real money.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe this is 1,000.
Okay, hand it to me. Oh,
There. I think that's 1,000. And then I think this is 50. And then maybe this is 500.
past what you think is 50.
This is 50. That's 50. Or are you feeling it?
Yeah, I
You're
am. As
also
your passive.
trying.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And then
And
I
the
think
next
then
one?
maybe this is 100. Already, I can hear the crew laughing. So obviously I got it wrong.
Okay, let me try and also see, and then you tell us what the three are. Okay. So I think the last one you
take
gave
off
me.
my blindfold.
Hold on. I think the last one you gave me is 100. The last one you gave me.
So
That's
I got
what
it.
I think.
Okay.
Then we'll see when you open your blindfold.
Okay.
I think the second one that you gave me is 50,
Oh.
and
That's what I said, right?
that is what you said. And the last one is 1,000. Okay,
Stop.
so open your eyes. This is 50.
No. Oh my God. People are gonna. No.
It's not?
It's 500.
Ah, okay. This is 100.
Yes, that's.
This is 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. See how difficult it is.
Oh my God.
Even me, I've been living this way for years, and still it's a difficulty for me.
Right.
Mhm. So this is another thing that's a
why
massive
is 500
challenge.
smaller than? Sorry, give me a second here. I just want to actually. Oh no, 500 is actually slightly bigger than the 100.
The 100,
But
yeah.
because it's not a crisp note, it was a little difficult to feel it, to like
feel it
stretch it
out,
out. And
yeah.
tell. So, wow.
And
This
that's
is-
another challenge. Imagine if you're in a public means like a
Yeah,
matatu,
yeah.
and it's fast paced. Give me your money. Here's your change. And you're just like, oh my gosh, like, is it the right change? Are they taking advantage of me?
Wow.
Those are the kinds of things that are a real challenge. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, and then having to then deal with this and make it your new normal
Yeah.
from scratch. I can't imagine just how difficult that was for you or it's been. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more challenge though.
one more
Ready?
challenge?
Pass the
Really?
cash. Don't
Oh.
keep it. It's not yours.
Sure about that? Imagine I wish I had like other
Talk
notes.
to me nicely.
I'd be like, here's 1,000.
Okay. That's not 1,000.
Yeah, it's not 1,000. I was being cheeky. I was being cheeky. There you go. That's all your money there. So I put my blindfold back on.
Yes, do. Last challenge.
Wow.
Really simple. Spatial awareness is another thing that I had to adjust to.
Okay.
Understanding where I am in context to windows and staircases and chairs and cars and roads, etc., etc., etc.
Okay.
So in this challenge, I'm going to give you my white cane.
Your white. Okay.
Faith.
Faith.
Be nice
Aw, I will. Are you handing it to me?
I'm going to.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So now we stand.
Wait a second.
What?
I have no idea how to put this together.
It's okay. That's the challenge. It's part of it.
Wow, I was going to say, but you knew how to put it. Obviously, you didn't.
I had to learn.
You had to learn, right. Wow, okay. So you want me to stand?
Yeah, so
Okay.
stand and then just like face forward if you can.
Forward to where the cameras are.
Then what I'm going to do.
Oh,
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Is it,
Do I put it long?
No,
do
no,
I?
no, no.
Okay.
So I'm going to twist you around.
Yeah.
I'm going to come behind you first. Twist
Okay.
you around.
Okay.
Then you're going to have to a bit forward.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Then you're going to have to figure out where the front is and then try and walk towards where right now where your right is. And then you get to the step. When you get to the step, when you feel the step with the white cane, then come back.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
See how long that takes you.
So you're going to twist me around first?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go.
1. Can I do that? 2. Also, I get dizzy very easy. 3. Can we stop there? We're done. We're good. So, this is probably going to sound like a stupid question, but if you knew that you were going blind, did you try and train with this first? Before?
Yeah.
Okay. So you could see it at first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Oh, what is that? I'm not sure I can do this.
You need some help?
Ooh. Also, I think I wore the worst shoes for this. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. Oh, I think, I'm not sure I've reached the step, but I think I want to come back. Where are you? Come on. Oh, Crystal. Crystal, you don't play fair. Is this my chair or your chair? I'm just going to sit on this one. Is this my chair or your chair? No, I think that's yours. Okay. I'm not sure. Oh, from my chair, maybe I can find it then. Okay. Round two. Round 2. I think I'm going to. Someone's really in my way. I'm not sure I found it. What the, oh, I think I found the step. I found a step. Or I think I found the step. So I'm just gonna come back. Crystal? Is that your chair? Yeah, that's your chair. Wow, okay, back on my seat.
Well, hey, well done.
Oh, thank you.
How was it?
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
And can I take this off now?
Yeah. Challenge is over.
Wow. First of all, that felt like it was 10 kilometers away.
Yeah.
Even though I walked up here and I knew, but it felt like it was a lot further, and you don't realize just how much you rely on your eyesight and I guess all your senses.
Mm-hmm. And then you have to obviously use the cane to feel different surfaces and where it stops and how to like get back. And when the cane touches the legs of the chair, you got to figure out like where's the chair facing, like you were saying, is this mine, is this yours, is it facing here, you know, all that kind of stuff goes through your head.
Right. And then there's also the feeling of, am I looking crazy doing this? Like are people just staring like, oh, what's going on? And
imagine being the CBD and trying to do that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. How long would it take you to get anywhere?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that incredible what was that? What would I call that? Like I don't know if it's an
Experiential.
experiment. Oh yeah, exactly. To allow me to sort of understand what it must be like on a very small scale. We have to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to ask Crystal about all the things that she's doing, including music and how you're able to still be so focused and grounded. We'll be back shortly, ladies and gents. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Man, that last segment had me just feeling really vulnerable, and it was a reminder that you've got to also really trust in others to help guide you, but also trust that there's certain systems and safety measures and facilities in place in order to move through the world. Isn't that right?
Yeah, absolutely. And just the simplest of things becomes so magnified when you don't have your eyesight. And that's when people don't realize how much these small systems and structures have to be in place. Like they're not, you can't shortcut your way out of them in infrastructure, transport, road safety, etc.
Right. Actually, I noticed that the bathrooms at Park Inn had Braille on the door, which I mean, I only just realized today when I thought, oh, Crystal's going to be here, and then noticed that it's that. So it's important for these infrastructures and just people to really be more accommodating of others with different abilities. But now, I'm curious to know, do you live alone?
I do live alone, yes.
What does your morning routine look like?
So I wake up at around 6, have my coffee, black, hold the sugar.
Okay.
And then obviously I just do the whole showering thing and getting dressed. Getting dressed in my wardrobe. I have things very systematically in order in my wardrobe. In the hangers, I put on the far left are the casuals like tops, and then dresses, and then trousers. And then in the middle, I've got like a parting that I put like a fatter like hanger to know where the parting is. And the middle section will be like my nicer clothes, dresses and tops, going out for dinner and stuff. And at the end will be work stuff, and then coats and blazers and stuff like that. And then folded on the top are my jeans, my trousers, and I arrange them by weight. So the heaviest folded ones are like the thickest trousers, going up to the lightest ones.
Okay. And with the money, actually, I was just asking, how do you know what note is which when you're...
So before I leave the house, I'll have to make sure that I sit and try to figure out what I have in my wallet. And I arrange them in order of seniority. So the biggest note will be open, 1,000 shillings. 500 I'll fold it once and put in my wallet. If I have a 200, I'll fold it twice and then put it in my wallet. Then 100 I'll fold it 4 times, like the tiny square, and then put it in the zipper part of with the coins. And then coins are much easier to figure out because they are different in size and weight. Okay.
So, wow. Okay, so let's talk about your music career and the creative spirit that is so clearly a part of you. What inspired you to start singing, to start music?
Well, I started singing when I was like 4. I used to come home from nursery school, apparently, according to my mom. And I would sing about how I'd been bullied. Instead of saying it, I would sing it. I know. And that's what everyone does now.
I love to hear that song.
So I would just be like, something like, mommy, 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 Kevin bullied me, or I don't know, something like that. I wouldn't cry about it. I would sing about it. And so when I think back now, I'm like, that's quite profound, because everyone nowadays, all songwriting is about your emotions, isn't it? And so apparently I had that since I was 4, and my parents used to take me to every opportunity to sing, every like office, do every neighbor's party, church, everything. Just my daughter can sing, she can sing, she can sing. So I carried that on, and then through school I did theater and musicals. Then when I went to universities, when I was like, hey, people out here in England make money out of like even just an open mic night. Like, wow, okay, I can actually do this as a career. So that's when I started doing it professionally.
Oh, pirates, yes, they rabbi, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption songs.
What about your YouTube channel? What inspired you to start that?
So what we discussed like in the last segment, things like that, and also just to create awareness in an educating and entertaining way, because I like to laugh, so I do a bit of edutainment with it. And then apart from spreading awareness, it's also about showing other VIPs like hacks and tricks of how to get by their day. Because when I came back, I realized that lots of people, VIPs especially, they don't really know how to go about their daily life with independently, basically. And I was like, I've learned so much in England, they've taught me a lot. Why not? How do I do it in a mass kind of way, instead of meeting one person at a time and telling them, oh, you can do this and do that. So I just thought, instead of just doing music on my channel, also let me have a series.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And you can your sense of humor really comes through on your channel.
Hey, I'm Crystal Asige and welcome back to Blind Girl Manenos. Generally, I have a really good sense of humor and I love jokes and I love to laugh at myself. I mean, there are times I've fallen down, there's times I've gongad my head onto walls and doors and all the rest of it. There are times that I've touched somebody in inappropriate places. But the point is, I like to laugh at myself and I like to be able to laugh at other people's jokes about blindness. I don't really mind.
What does being a VIP ambassador entail?
It entails going around to different forums and groups, talking about visual impairment, trying to bust myths about it, trying to address issues that we go through on a daily basis, personally and also in society. Like, for example, recently I did a talk about sexuality and disability, which nobody really talks about, you know. Just because I'm disabled or because I'm a VIP doesn't mean that I can't go out, I don't want to go on dates, relationships, marriage, kids, etc. So talking about stuff that people don't usually think about in the front of their mind. Then also trying to lobby and advocate for systems we put in place, for laws to be changed or to be adjusted to better suit us in the community.
Right, okay. In what ways can the society be more sensitive? And did you face any kind of prejudice or injustice or just ignorant comments and statements from people when
I do face them still, even though I'm trying as best as I can right now to be as self-sufficient as I can. But I still do face people, things like going to a restaurant and with a friend and the waitress or the waiter coming and going, excuse me, what will she have? And it's like, hi, I'm here, you can ask me, kind of thing, Just because I can't see doesn't mean that my brain is not working, kind of thing. Those are the small things that people still stereotype me with. But in terms of other bigger things, I mean, there's lots. But it's all on my YouTube channel. I put lots of stuff up, things like organizations taking advantage of people with disability, cash and using us to get their agenda, things like that. But society, I think what they can do for sure is look at us as normal people. We are also a part of the human race. And just because the word disable, I say, is just another way of saying unable. Just because somebody can't swim, for example, doesn't mean I'm like, oh my gosh, you can't swim. Like, aren't you depressed every single day? Just because you can't swim, oh my gosh, how can you find a job when you can't swim?
How will you find love?
Exactly. They don't even correlate. If you don't let them correlate. It's only people's perceptions that need to change a lot.
What inspires you?
Lots inspires me, but most of all, apart from my family, trying to be the person that I would have wanted to have seen when I was a kid growing up with going through this thing. It would have been nice to see someone local, doing her thing and, still beating the odds and moving forward in her life. And I'll just be like, I want to be like that person. But for me, I had to look outside because like actors and stuff and celebrities like Whoopi Goldberg, who also has glaucoma, Lady Judi Dench from James Bond has glaucoma. Bill Cosby, Bono from O2 has glaucoma. So those are people I used to look and be like, wow, they're killing it out there. But I would have loved to have been able to follow somebody locally.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess that's who you are now. For
That's what I'm
others who
trying.
are, for other VIPs, that's who you are. They're that person who is a Kenyan lady who doesn't prevent her situation from stopping her from achieving her dreams. So you actually even recently directed one of your songs, State of Love. Can you tell us about that? What was that like?
That was really fun. It happened in Mombasa.
Okay.
I went to the Hala Park. It's the big forest kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do something really interesting visually for people because I'm still in that film kind of mindset, right?
Yeah.
And I challenged the team. I was like, I want to go outdoors to this forest, to Hala Park, and shoot it like this. And so I gave them all of the shots beforehand. We went through it together. I gave them the synopsis of the video, the way I wanted it to look like, what kind of angles, etc., 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 everything.
Yeah.
And then basically the camera crew just followed what I gave them. And yeah, we just did it. And before, actually, I wanted to get another actress to be in my place, to play the girl, because it's a love story basically between a girl and a guy.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, why don't you just do it yourself? And I was like, but I can't see. I might walk into a tree. And they said, no, we're here for you. Basically, like we'll guide you. Just follow our voices. And so that really encouraged me. The support really encouraged me to just be like, okay, let me try get back into my theater self, and just be in my own video.
Right.
So that was really cool.
Lovely. What have you learned about yourself in the past few years? What have you learned about Crystal?
About Crystal, that I'm still as driven and as go-getting as I used to be. Maybe a little bit hard-headed, but it helps, I think. I've also learned that depression and spirituality are just two sides of the same door, depending on which way you swing the door, because I've been through both. And I'm now on the spirituality side where I really believe that this is really teaching me a lot about what you can't see and what's important in life. So it's expanded my mind, and also I've learned that I can have like a much more rich experience in relationships, friendships, family, because of what I've learned about not judging people by the way they look, being more empathetic, being more compassionate, loving people, looking into their hearts and listening to what they're saying rather than looking at their structure. Just like those kinds of things. And it's really helped me grow and mature a lot.
Crystal, thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming and sharing your story and for
you.
inspiring so many who've seen that despite the fact that you're visually impaired, you haven't let it stop you from creating, from directing, from living your very best life. And for that, we celebrate you.
Thank you.
I know it's a Monday, but you're still our WCW. We're just going to shout it out now. And as if that's not enough, Crystal also designs t-shirts, what you can see right now.
Oh,
She's wearing the
yes.
VIP.
Visually impaired person.
Yes, visually impaired person. And this one, which actually the mantra that you were saying you live by faith, not by sight. Now, the best part is that Crystal has so generously agreed to gift one of you guys, and specifically Governor the Dreamer, because you have been the biggest supporter of the show. And look, I know I tell you guys to subscribe and, hit us up on social media, but we also look at who's talking to us. And Governor the Dreamer, thank you for being our #1 fan. And that's why you all need to keep interacting with us, because you never know when we might gift you. Crystal, thank you.
Thank you too.
So where can people find you?
Yes, I would love guys to check out my YouTube channel.
Yes.
You can find it as Crystal Asige, and then in there's a playlist of blind girl manenos, plus my music videos and other stuff that I do, the talks that I do, my live performances, etc. But also you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all as Crystal Asige.
Thank you again, Crystal. There you have it. She's the lady that you need to be following, and make sure that you just go to her page every day. She's going to give you a daily dose of motivation. And now we're going to leave you with one of her songs that she directed herself. It's called State of Love. I'm going to love you and leave you. See you at 8 a.m. tomorrow. But right now, State of Love by Crystal Asige.